So this is just, I guess, like a little dry run for, ooh, I need to stabilize that, for my letters to my son. So today is planning. That's what today has been focused on, just trying to plan. I recorded a video earlier about things that I needed to keep in mind for my orders of operation, my organizational documents, and all of that. So right now, what I'm doing is, well, you just watch some videos with me, Aiden. If you're watching this, you didn't want to take a nap. So in order to get some stuff done, I had to just put you down to take a nap. So I could get a little bit of time. And I had the motivation to go ahead and record this video. Today is planning. And what I realized, I was watching a video and it really made me stop and want to record, was something that the lady said in the last video about that planning is supposed to help make your life easier and not harder. And unfortunately, I've kind of like I'm still dealing with my perfectionism and my analysis paralysis and all that. So even with the planning, I've been doing a lot of thinking and not actually writing, like I'm about to show you in my journal. So the plan is to use what I've been using, which is a bullet journal. This is my bullet journal. It has dotted pages. I'm gonna show you guys dotted pages. So this is my bullet journal, and I've been using it. So it kind of looks something like this. So that's just one page, like 2 pages rather, of my bullet journal. This side over here is the habit tracker. Over here we have a gratitude log. This is actually one of the pages that's done more than some of the others. Then you got pages, I'll just flip to a random one. Oh, I could use that angle. Flip to a random one. You can kind of see another habit tracker, a little bit less filled out though. I'll give you a close up a little bit better. Again, habit tracker, gratitude. But the thing about it is, I do good for a little while and then I kind of fall off, especially because I hadn't necessarily been doing a lot per se, other than taking care of you and us, the cooking, cleaning the house. I've been doing the whole that thing, but I wanted to also integrate the different things that I've learned from watching people use the Fly Lady planning system, which is essentially a system that is supposed to help you maintain your home and your life without driving you crazy and without forgetting things. And so I'm gonna integrate that into this journal, which I had already been using for a typical month. You're not gonna really be able to see this, but the point is for you to get it. So this was September. This was September. I usually have a page here, and you can't even see. It's in pencil. This is the ones that I did it in pencil. It says I am light, and it's like a page where I want to do a quote for the month or whatever, and then I go into my monthly. So I've got the first month here, and so we've got a picture if I decide to sketch, or a quote or something here, and go into the monthly where we write down what we already know for the month, as well as carry birthdays over so that they're here for the month if we want to do that, even though I have a page at the front for birthdays. And then there's a to-do list if I know stuff that I need to do during the month. You can't see, but there's nothing actually marked off. I had several things that I was supposed to do and they did not get marked off or done. Habit tracker, gratitude, and then I went into my weeklies, which has a space for notes, a calendar for the week that we're on, task, and another space for a word, picture, caption, and what have you, and then some doodles along the bottom. And that's what I kind of been doing. I have stuff that I need to fill in, so we're in February. I did not write anything for January. I think I might have done a couple of weeks December, And then there was some others between October that had been missed. And I always try to go back and fill them in, but I don't want to waste the space if things haven't happened per se. So I'm not going to do a whole bunch of wasted space. So I have some ideas on how to not waste the space when I'm filling stuff in based on the notes that I kept on my phone. So let's backtrack for a second. I have been keeping notes on my phone so that I can make sure that I'm aware of my habits, even if I don't keep up with the journal. So I keep it just in the note section, nothing special, nothing fancy, just in the note section in my phone. The things that I know that I've been tracking on my habit tracker, I try to note if I do them. That way, if I don't even get in my planning journal for the day, I at least know what habits that I should be keeping, and I write down the ones that I did do in my note section. I try to also keep other notes there too as I need to. Certain things, especially like in the beginning, like when I was giving you new food, I used the note section when I was sleep training, and then I just transitioned and then wrote what was on the phone from the book. So I'm gonna try to do that, but currently I'm trying to start keeping up with it. I gotta catch up, and then I gotta keep up. But I think what I'm gonna do is allot a certain number of pages, kind of sketch out, at least in my mind, how I'm gonna catch up, because I'm not gonna need like this. I don't want to, for the stuff that I'm catching up, since there are no tasks or anything like that for me to plan for, I'm just gonna really need to keep track of what I already kept track of in the phone, which is not much. So I'm not gonna need 2 pages for a week. So my plan is to do, for my catch-up weeks, a page per week. And that I won't use as much space, and I'll be able to get in the days, the dates, the weather, if I did any exercise, and then whatever other notes I might have taken for that day should all be able to fit in 1 week. I'm on one side. So that's what I'm going to try to do to catch up. But other things that I have put in here. So this is my block schedule. I need to complete this. This is what it looks like right now, because I worked on it back in, what month are we in? We said September. So I worked on it back then, the block schedule. These are my blocks. I never really wrote in everything. I have another one, a block schedule written in another one of my notebooks, because I keep stuff from multiple notebooks, but that's what I'm trying to keep. Make sure this is my control notebook and everything ends up in here, if nothing else. So I need to update my block schedule, and I'm gonna include my Fly Lady system in my blocks. So my morning, she has like morning rituals, which from what I gather right now, just based off the top of my head of what I've watched, is like tidying up your home and things like that, you know, unloading the dishwasher from the night and things like that. Then you have your zones, so I'll have to determine zones in the house that I do the cleaning in. I'll dedicate, for me, I'll probably dedicate 1 hour to each zone per day. I think that's what she does, is an hour. I think the morning ritual is an hour as well. And then I'm gonna do an evening routine. And what I decided for, which will help me for the habit tracker, because I have a lot of habits that I need to, a lot of things that I need to track, so I can make sure I'm getting on point and know what I'm not doing and what I am doing, so that I can improve on what I'm not doing. Instead of, see, I got to these and I was doing boxes, but I need more habits than just the 12 that appear here. So the video that one of the videos that I was watching on somebody that does bullet journaling is I'm gonna turn it this way, and I'll plan the long way. And what I'll do is I'll draw like the days of the week will go this way. So across the bottom, 1, 2, 3, you know, whatever, and maybe even across the top, just so you know. But anyway, and then the habits will go down the side, and that way I can write as many habits as I need. So my morning ritual, my morning routine, which would be 2 different things. Morning ritual will probably be, because I think that's how she acknowledges it in the Fly Lady system, is for the Fly Lady, and that's taking care of the house. My morning routine is what I already, and I might have to come up with another category, the stuff for me. So the actual getting up, the water and ACV, the hot water and ACV and lemon juice and all the stuff that I need to do in the morning for me. So I'll have my personal morning routine, and then I'll have my morning ritual for the house or whatever I have to break that down to, but I'll break it down. So I'll have morning routine, and then the task under that that's supposed to be completed daily. And then same thing for the habits that I already have. I'll also have vitamins, whatever vitamins or supplements that I am choosing to take and try to keep up with at any given time and whatnot. And then I'll be able to keep track of the tasks that I want to accomplish daily. If I have the space, I may even do weeklies. That way I know that it's done once a week. But we'll see how that's done because that's part of the Fly Lady system. So I'll have to break out another tracker for my weeklies and the stuff that needs to be done monthly for the house. And even for life per se. So I'll include, you know, car cleaning and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Now, I tend to pay my bills, but I am going to also use this as my financial tracker so that the first stuff is in here. I am going to do an Excel spreadsheet as I go along, but I know that it's easier for me to put pen to paper to do stuff, and so I may put it in here first, or it may end up in the Excel spreadsheet first. It just depends because I'm going to tweak the Excel spreadsheet as I go along. I will offer it for free on my site. I will offer the basic versions for free on my site, to correct myself. So yes, that's what I'm working on right now, Aiden. We've got this one. It's got some pages left, and it probably ain't gonna go a complete year. So I'll have to make sure I put my dates, and I'll keep all of my journals so that I can refer back to what I need to do. There's goals in here. There's a goals page. There's different brain dumps or pages where I can just dump my brain and ideas. Just the pages look different. So this is even one of the ones that I completed. This is your birth month. So we'll just take a look at this just because it was a little bit more done. I actually completed my art page. And the quote for this one is a Dr. Seuss quote. Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Keep that in mind. So, and then the October on this side over here, I've got the stuff that I needed for the month. But you see it's more completed, but then you see at the bottom, no to-do list happened. So I'm in development. I mean, it's not like I had too much other than you, and that's not stuff that I necessarily had to write down. But as I'm trying to put more balls in the air, I know that what I need to work on is planning. That's one of the things that I actually think is important for us as people to develop a skill to plan. And I was watching a video on Jordan Peterson video actually the other day that talked about the dangers of overprotecting your children, and even went into like how people, you know, that are waiting later to have kids tend to have more and then give the kid more, but, you know, not necessarily always to an advantage. And I think that this is one of the ways. When you plan, he talked about how we just plan how people who are older or with more means tend to plan their kids out, so they always got something to do. Well, then you never learn how to plan and dictate your own time, or to say what you will do with your own time to get down to your path. So I've always been really good at taking directions, following orders, taking tests, things of that nature. I'm good at what I do. God has gifted me and us, because I hope to pass them down and share that light with you. Many talents, but I want to be able to do something with them, and I need to plan, especially as a mother who is also trying to develop a brand and a business, who also happens to be disabled. So that is what we're doing. We are here. We've moved our lives to a new state, and I am going to try to be the best mother that I can be. And encompassing being the best mother that I can be, that means that I must set the best example for you that I can. And that's what I'm on a mission to do, to use my talents and my time wisely. And this is going to help me do that. Because I got to keep track of it. Because when it's down here, then I know what I did do, I know what I didn't do, and I know what I need to do. So that's what the planner is for. That's why I'm focusing on it first. When you get the planner, then I can help keep track of my life. And plus, it helps me outlet some of my artistic expression. I used to love drawing, but I don't get to do it that often. So I love drawing and doodling and doing things on my own, which is why I picked this as opposed to a planner that already has printed things. But with that being said, I was also just thinking that I want to eventually develop my own planner. Now, see, with this planner, you can't rip out any pages, you can't do anything. And I've seen other people create their own planners, but they're just different. So I'm gonna try to create a planner that's gonna be good, where I can give some free designs as well as giving people the ability to have the dotted grid paper to do their own thing, be it sketching, be whatever plans you need to do. That's the good thing about the dot grid journals. I'm gonna show you an empty page. It's really a blank page. It's just blank. That's what it looks like when you get it. All of the pages are blank, but if you look up close, it's got dots on it, which provides you a grid, which makes it easy to make boxes and straight shapes and whatnot, which is good for planning. But you can do whatever with it. If you know how to sketch, or even if you're learning how to sketch, you can use the dots however you need to use them to plan a life. And that is a screaming child who's upset that he doesn't want to take a nap. But then he's just going to be mad at me later. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. So I'm going to try to focus on the planning so we can get everything going. This notebook here is pretty much my control notebook for now with everything else. It's got sections. This is a drawing that I did for a friend of mine. I still need to do some more research on that business for her, but this is a graphic or a drawing that I did for her business. This section was for writing. My, book or books, whatever. Writing, short stories that I was supposed to be working on. That's what it was, but you see how far I got in this short story. That's another reason why I need a plan, so I can actually keep up with what I'm doing. And if I develop the habits, developing habits, new habits breaks old habits. Good habits should replace bad habits. And if I can keep doing that, then hopefully my habits, not hopefully, but they will. The fruits of your labor will be seen. Whatever habits you have will develop into results, and you will see those results. So, here we've got notes that I take from different classes or courses that I take or videos that I watch. So, I take notes here, which will help me plan for my channel, my business, and everything like that. So, this is pretty much my learning section. This is my personal section. So initially, I used it when I was supposed to be planning a wedding. That didn't necessarily end up happening. We've got other things here that we needed to do, selling different things. So that's what that section is, more of like a personal type of section if I need to plan or write or do anything. And then back here is actually already pretty much full. This is when I was doing my morning page. That used to be a part of my, well, it was, or I tried it out as a part of my morning routine, was writing every day. It was supposed to get me into writing. So I actually, most of these pages are all full. And I had to do a page, or 30 minutes. Was it 30 minutes worth of writing? Yeah. A page front and back of writing. And then my gratitude was on here, but now I've moved my gratitude to the journal. But so that's what this is for. And with this, we should be able to get rocking and rolling with some of the things that we need to do. And if you ever need to do anything, always remember that no matter what talents that you have, if you can't plan your time and use your time wisely, it will get wasted, and you will look up and wonder what you've been doing with your time. And if you ever want to use your time better, you got to know where it's going, know where you want it to go, plan for it, and then execute. So we're working on the planning part. The planning will help me to determine how often I'm executing, which will help me execute more because it's keeping myself accountable. And honestly, when I look at a blank journal, I'll be like, come on, Erica, you got to do better. Got to do better. So that's what I'm trying to do better for you, which will in turn do better for me, which will in turn do better for the world. Love, always.